get the opportunity to ask any questions that may have come up in your mind as we had the presentation that maybe you didn't get answered, or something along those lines. So if you have any questions, just go ahead, or even about their businesses, since we had to have that opportunity to share a little bit about businesses too. I didn't do mine, but I have Fashion Academy. We do training and consultants all over the world, and we're back to Chelsea.
All right. So I'm the one that you need to
Yes,
talk
I
to.
need your business card.
I need to add that on. In or out or bigger.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. Is that good to approve? Say, I approve. I approve. That's excellent. Because he's going to make people ask the question, what do you mean?
And that's what you want, is you want them to ask the question.
That's a good tagline, right? Awesome. Write that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I know you came from
Okay, so any questions anyone have?
Well, I was thinking because I do a lot of social media and finding that is crucial really to marketing. My background is marketing, so I understand it. But when you own your own business and you've got children at home and you're trying to most every day, my most important bread and butter is going into my client's home. So it's that service part. So I'm trying to get back to the networking locally. I've got speaking engagements. Some businesses have asked me to come and participate. Done garden meetings, where I present. So I'm trying to do that more, but trying to juggle the social media, making sure that I'm commenting, having my presence out there, and on top of I do e-design and things of that nature as well. So it's the juggling. Any thought? If you're going to do social media, you have to be able to manage it. Because when it starts to slide down, you have a committed audience who really want to see what you have to say, which is amazing that they care. They they subscribe, they want to read. But you have to keep it going, or they start to it starts to get dull, it starts to fizzle out, and then you're losing your credibility.
Right.
So how do you manage it?
You hire somebody to do it for you. But a lot of people don't want to do that because they think it's going to lose that personal feeling, which you can still do it when you have time, respond to it. But honestly, there are businesses out there, or there are individuals out there that's what they do. That's all that they do is social media networking for your business. You sit down with them, they get a feel for how you post, what it is you do, and you'll be surprised. A lot of these major companies or movie stars or famous people, they don't do that themselves. They have somebody, as a proxy doing it for them, and that'll save you a lot of time, and it's fairly inexpensive. You can do like a monthly stipend for a lot of people, and they'll do a certain amount of posts every day on whatever sites that you want them to do. They'll upload videos, like if you have content, you just send it to them. They'll do it for you, and it's an easy way to keep your audience, because like you said, people's attention span is that long. So if you stop blogging, if you stop posting on Facebook, they lose interest. They forget about you. They go on to the next person that they see. So I would recommend getting somebody, or if you don't want to hire someone, hire a friend. Like I said, ask somebody to do it. You know what I mean? If someone's at home and stay-at-home mom and they're on the computer anyway, throw them a couple of dollars a week and have them post for you. That's what I would recommend.
That would be my problem. And once I get started writing, I can't stop.
Right.
I'm profuse.
But what you can do is there are actual programs out there, and you can Google it. There are programs out there where you can sit down and, if you're a writer like that, and write to your heart's content, but do it in separate phases, and they'll actually put your post out at certain times. Like you can set the timer for when you want a new post to go up.
Like
11
Twitter on
o'clock at
Twitter.
night.
Right.
11 o'clock at night, I have to be writing.
You can write as much as you want, but it can post tomorrow at 2 o'clock, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, the next day at 6 o'clock. It's on a timer. So in most social media networks, you just have to Google it or find it or get somebody to know.
This is what I need to spend my time on.
Absolutely.
And not because I get lost in the internet.
Right.
I'm always researching, etc.
Right.
That's where you take it and you write it down. But in there, I'm going to spend this much time doing this. From here to here, I'm doing the writing. From here to here, I'm doing jewelry. Here to here, I'm going to BOC. I'm
Yeah,
And then you're committed because you've written it down. And that sounds crazy, but if you don't write it down, it's not gonna happen, okay? Dreams are unwritten goals.
I'll tell you what helps me too with goals, because I'm very, very, very bad at time management. I cannot lie. I'm very bad at time management. But what helps me is I tell somebody else, because I'm the type of person I don't like to disappoint anybody, and I'm very competitive. So if I make it like a competition with myself to see how much of this work I can get done, I find that I do it a lot easier, a lot well. If I tell somebody else, hey, look, this is what I'm gonna do today, and I make them check up on me
Right.
and be like, are you doing this? And
Accountability.
9 times out of 10, I'm like, no, let me do that. But I do it just so they can text me, and it's my boyfriend. He'll text me. Loves to fuss. And he'll text me like, Leah, are you doing this and this? I'm like, that's right. My stories are on, so sorry.
There's another member of VOC, his name's Scott Hurley, and he volunteered to be my accountability partner. And so he'll text me once in a while, or I'll text him. I'll tell him all the good stuff that's happening or not happening, and then he'll, just check in with me.
Yeah. So if you tell somebody else, and that way you'll build up to it, because you don't want to, look like you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Well, and I find that being someone that works out of my home, not in clients, I know that at certain times that's when my kids come home.
Right.
So I better do the things I need to do,
Right.
and whether it's that or whether
Yeah.
my time stops.
Yeah.
That's the end. So and then just making sure that I'm 100% focusing on business when it's that time, and 100% focusing on them when it's time for that. It's
a balancing
act.
Yeah, I was told a long time ago, but we were in the military and we were stationed in Hawaii, with little kids. And you know that phrase that we always say, a mother's work is never done from the sun up to sundown. She's
Never get a
always
hot
working,
meal.
never get it done. There's this wonderful, wonderful lady at church that told me the best advice I've ever been given. Your work ends when your husband walks in the door. If there's still a load of clothes on the couch, that load of clothes will sit there until tomorrow morning. When he walks in the door, so is your day over. So if you set it up that your day is over at this certain time, then your day is over at that certain time. Because if you take it past that, and you're doing your business at times that should be family time, you're going to end up being 24 hours, 7 days a week, and you're going to burn out.
And you're not
And your
engaged.
family's going to burn out. So, even though that was something given to me as a woman who was at home with children and taking care of the house, and still apply it to working at home. This is the time frame. This is the time frame I have to do it.
And then you close the door.
And then you close the door. And then it's over. So burnout is bad for moms, for business people.
Is there much return on, writing for publications as I'm interested in getting my services I'm a contributor to another site and a couple sites, but to local papers, letting them know that I can do columns and weekly tips on design. Is there much return business wise? Because it's time again, so I have to pick and choose.
Yes.
But if I get the return, it's all
When I first started, one of the first things I was told was to become the local expert in your area. So I did a question and answer column in the Business magazine, and I got business off of that. And the only thing I got paid for it was the tagline with my contact information. That is what I was paid for that article. When I started doing the commercial appeal, that's what I was paid for that article too, was the tagline. I've actually been paid for the commercial appeal, and I still have the tagline. So, it establishes you, yes.
That's that content marketing I was talking about. You're giving advice, free advice. Anybody can pick it up and read it. But if they're interested in what else you have to say or the services that you're speaking about, they're going to contact you. So it's content marketing and it's free advertising. And any advertising that's free is great, whether it works or not.
Another thing that you can do is these events where they give out goodie bags to the winners, or like there used to be the 50 women who make a difference, which was with Memphis women. I made out free color analysis coupons that went inside every one of those bags. It cost me the paper and the time and the envelopes to put them in, and then I took them over to Lisa. She put them in the bags. And I did that every year for several years, and I gave her up to 60 because she had the Kroger Woman of the Year, and she never had just 50. She always had anywhere from 55 to even 58 women. And so I would give those out, and I think all the years and all the coupons I gave out, I actually had 3.
Wow.
And that was it. But I was mentioned off the podium. I was in the program. The ladies, everyone there passes everything they got around the table because they go through that goodie bag. They're like, oh my God, I got it. And then they pass it all around. So things like that are really good too.
Can you share some tips on targeted marketing? You know, with reflexology, there's so many different avenues or health conditions that can benefit using reflexology. But what are some tips on being more targeted and focused?
First of all, I would suggest asking people to come to you already. Where do they go to find what they need? As in, how did they find you in the first place? Ask them that. You can set up something in your office or the process. You know, you always see like a little suggestion box or something like that, but instead of a suggestion box, have a little card. Just like, how did you find it? Whoever's working at your front desk, make sure you there push that. That's number one. Number two, I would get involved probably with like doctor's offices, other doctor's offices, and see if you can use some material there. And see if you can team up with them, and if they find someone that might need your service, they'll automatically recommend you or send them to you. So I would go to places where your clientele is more likely to be, and see if you can't hook up with them. Something else that I suggest to business owners and can work in kind of way, use the internet, Google your field, reflexology, and Google and see if their blogs. Blogging is huge, yes, huge right now, and it's a great way to market your business. And what you do is contact the top blogs that come up. It means they have, like she said, great SEO. It means a lot of traffic goes to that blog. So I would always contact the first 2 pages, send them an email. Go to their blog, find their contact information, send them an email, send them a letter, call them, harass them until they tell you to stop, literally. But send them information about your business and ask them how can I advertise on your blog? Will you do a review for me on your blog? You can also go to YouTube and do the same thing. People do a lot of vlogs. I just got into doing that.
You are? Okay, you have to tell me about that.
People do a lot of vlogs, and you can search on YouTube and Ustream for people. Just type in reflexology or whatever keywords that represent your company. Find those people. They always will have your contact information on there. Email them, call them. Hey, how can I get you to do a review on my business? How much is it going to cost me to put a little ad that pops up on the screen while people are watching your video? You know, and sometimes they don't even have it already, so they'll say, oh, I'll do it for free. Or, you know, they might need your service, and they'll be like, hey, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. You know, right. So that's what I would do.
First thing, talk about blogging. A lot of people just want guest bloggers. Right. So if you just say, I'd love to share some tips or some things to people, so like right now I can't move my neck. Who knows why? Yeah. But you could give general information, like you were talking about, making sure you're speaking to the public,
right? Not
people who are in the field.
Right.
But a lot of bloggers love just guests. So it gives me a break from having to write. So someone that help them.
Just gave you a vibe. Can't move my neck.
That's right.
Yeah, I automatically looked at her neck.
Give her a quick little preview in there.
That's true.
Okay, well, we'll wrap this up, and thank you again so much for coming and providing us with your time. Thank y'all for taking time out of your day. And, you know, networking is always so great, and you just meet so many different people. I highly recommend the lunch, the Dutch lunch. It is really, really good. So, thank you for being here. Thank you to the virtual audience for being here. And we'll see you again in September.